Hello and welcome to Marketing Talk. We're talking all things advertising agencies, branding, marketing, advertising industry, the whole shebang. Today, the topic is compensation models. Does it sound dry? On the surface of it, but bear with me, it's actually quite fascinating. So the thing about this industry is it's one that has been built around billing via the hour, billing via what we call rate cards. Now, a rate card for context is basically like, imagine a spreadsheet and it's got some individuals' names and some roles' names like Chief Creative Officer, Executive Creative Director, creatives, junior creatives, senior creatives, strategists, blah, blah. And against each of those roles, there is an hourly rate. That's a rate card. Now, when brands want to come up with a marketing campaign, they'll outsource it to an advertising agency most of the time, and that advertising agency would then share with them their rate card and say, okay, well, if it's going to take a couple of months and X hours, then it will roughly add up to this, because that's what the rate card says. This is an archaic way of doing the payment. And it is archaic indeed, for the reason that advertising has grown increasingly more competitive among advertising agencies. The general way to win new business, again, more archaic way to win new business in advertising world for agencies has been to pitch. So a bunch of agencies will pitch ideas and strategy work, creative work for free, and then tell them, hey, if you're going to take us on, this is how much it's going to cost with the rate card. The rate card and the compensation, how much they would charge, is part of the competitive pitch. So at any one time, you could have between 5 to 10 agencies giving brands ideas for free and strategy and thinking for free, and then giving them a price of how much that would cost later on. So you're going to get a bunch of different prices from a different load of agencies, and 9 times out of 10 it creates a bit of a race to the bottom where agencies are undercutting themselves, discounting their own value to try and win the brand. But over the past few years, we have seen a new wave of compensation models. A lot of agencies are charging and billing differently, including this advertising agency, Mischief, at no fixed address. Mischief abandoned the rate card model. We do not bill by hours. Instead, we bill by deliverables. How does that work? Let me tell you. Billing by deliverable is not so much about one static image is this amount, one TV spot is this amount, one experiential event is this amount. It's about breaking it up into phases and stages, and then showing the brand, the marketer, what can be expected with a list of assumptions within each phase. So for example, we would have a strategic phase, we'd have a creative ideation phase, and then we'd have a creative execution phase to actually bring the ideas to life. Within those, we're very clear about what you can expect and what you can't expect based on the business challenge and the success metrics and the problem we're trying to solve. We'll give you a timeline and we'll do it within that timeline. That is the general 35,000 foot view of how we price. It changes client by client because the business challenge is going to be unique. The success metrics are going to be unique. So therefore the solution must be unique. So no one idea is the same. Every output is going to be different. The deliverables look different client to client. One business challenge, the right answer could be a very social driven campaign that lives on TikTok to get Gen Z. But sometimes it could be radio, sometimes it could be TV, depending on who you're targeting, who you're talking to, where and why. So our president, Kerry McKibben, was interviewed about our compensation model. She said, we don't do hours and rate cards because we strongly believe that it's a race to the bottom. And that ultimately hurts clients and marketing teams. And what we found as Mischief when we bill by deliverables-based pricing is that we offer much more clarity and fairness in terms of tracking and reconciliation. Clients, in our experience, have been way more happy with this because they get a much clearer picture of what's included and what's not in terms of a set of services. It's a very clear, you get this for that. In very simple terms, think about going to a restaurant that you really enjoy. The one with the good food and the one with the better service. You don't really care or think about how much the sous chef is getting paid, how much the top chef is getting paid, how much all of the line cooks are getting paid, how much the dishwasher guy is getting paid. All you're seeing is a fantastic product, a delicious piece of food, and a great experience. Agencies are like restaurants in this regard. If you go to a restaurant with better food and better experience, largely the price is going to be more expensive. If you go to an agency with better strategic work, better creative work, and an overall better experience, then you're probably going to get charged more. A bit of a premium. You pay for what you get. I'll leave you with this thought / fact / piece of, ooh, that's nice. We work with Molson Coors. They're one of our founding clients. Looks after huge brands like Miller Lite and Coors Light. They switched to a deliverables-based model a while ago. So they were interviewed for this story also, and they're singing the praises of this new model. They like it because they're saying, and I quote, "Our current model has helped us focus on the quality and output of the work and less time reconciling hours, so we can focus more of our time on the actual creative." You are not arguing over burn rates. You are not arguing over the hours it took to make the idea. You are arguing about how to make the idea better.